Regaining Vision, I'm Melanie. Thanks so much for clicking. To my returning family, the Visionaries, thank you for continuous love and support. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please feel at home. We'd love you to join the family. Go ahead, hit subscribe. And everyone, please don't forget to like and share. I don't know if you've seen the viral video that's taken social media by storm in the last week or so. In fact, this video was taken back in March of 2022, but yet it's resurfaced because the message is strong. And I want to address it here. As a passionate advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion, I feel very strongly it's important for us to talk about things when they happen. And if I had known about this in March of 2022, you know I would be on the horn for this. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, let's get to it. I'm going to explain what happened in the video, and then we're going to break it down. We're going to analyze it. So the video I'm speaking about is one of a gymnastics group of young ladies in Ireland. And they had just finished their competition and they were ready to receive their awards, their medals. So there's a lineup of 15 young ladies, all anxious, smiling, ready to get their awards. And amongst these young ladies, there's one black girl. They were all standing proud, smiling ear to ear, anxious to receive the awards. And as the member that is presenting the awards came along with the medals in hand, she started to award them to all of the girls. She awarded them to many of them, to the white girl beside the black girl, to the white girl on the other side of the black girl, but in fact, she skipped over the black young lady.
Social media. Here's the video right here. Now you see this video, and so she's awarding these medals. She just straight walked past the black girl. Like you see, the first 4 white girls got medals. The first 4 white girls got medals. The black girl was like, okay. So they skip the black girl and go to the next white girl, the next white girl, and the next white girl, the next white girl. Then she goes, oh, I don't have enough medals. So let me go get another medal for the next white girl. The black girl is looking like, and you see, and it just goes on and on and on. That young black girl never got a medal. This took place in March of 2022. And there was a competition there that, again, just showed like...
It was heartbreaking. Now you could see this young lady standing so proud, but she looked a little bit confused. The lady continued on down the line presenting all of the awards. And throughout the entire time, you could see the young lady beside the girl who was black whisper to her and...
I was very uncomfortable. I actually yelled from far.
She was confused too, and she was reassuring her, I'm sure, saying something in her ear. As the lady completed going towards the end of the line, she realized she was short medals. She put her hand out on the young lady who was white and said, I'll be right back.
So as you see what happens there, she skips over the black child. She gives the medal to the white girl on the left side of the screen, and she's already given medals to a couple of them already down the line to the left, and she gives a medal to the kid on the right of the black gymnast, and then she moves on to the gymnast on the other side of her. Let's keep watching. Now, you see that the black girl was confused. She's smiling, she's confused, she's uncomfortable, but she's a baby. So the sad thing about this is that this poor child is now being introduced to racism. Like, she clearly doesn't really understand or she can't comprehend what is happening. It's just confusing to her. You can see the white girl looking confused as well. And this is the sad thing about this situation, because both kids are confused for different reasons. The white girl is confused that why doesn't my friend have a medal? That is what is going through her head. She just looks confused at what is going on. Why doesn't my friend have a medal? I've got my medal. Like, why doesn't my friend have a medal? The black girl is confused because she just doesn't know what's happened. She just hasn't got a clue what is going on. Now, this very sick individual, and that's what I call her, she's a sick individual, this woman, she has an illness. It is clearly a mental illness, and the mental illness is racism. Like, that's what it is. That's what we're just going to call a spade a spade. She's sick in the head because it's one thing to do this, but to do this to a baby, to a little baby, like, there is nothing that black girl could have done to her to warrant this kind of behavior. So this is clearly something that is a prejudice that she's carrying with her, and it doesn't matter who she inflicts that on as long as they have black skin. So you see what's happening there, that you can't argue. There you go. There you go. Okay, so look at this. This is another part of the video that I think is really important to look at, is the guy crouching down to talk to the girl. That's a very, very important moment, because there's no reason for this cameraman to pick her to talk to. The reason why the cameraman is picking her is that this cameraman actually has a soul. You see, the woman in the blue dress who is handing out the medal, she has no soul. There's nothing in her. There's no soul there. This guy has a soul. He knows that something is wrong. He has empathy, but he doesn't have the power or the courage to break rank. Because it would take a lot of courage for a cameraman who doesn't have any authority there to actually say something about the injustice that is happening. He can't do that. But the second part is that he also doesn't have the authority. He's just there to take pictures. But he knows that something is wrong. And that's the reason why you see that he singles out the black girl to talk to her and take a picture of her. In a way, trying to just assuage the situation, trying to massage the situation, while this unfortunate, evil woman is doing what she's doing. Okay? Hopefully this video keeps going, because I don't know what's wrong with this particular video. So he goes back, he takes the picture. Now, you look at the girl. The black girl was looking down the line as all these medals are getting given out. And she's taking a deep breath now, because I think it's beginning to dawn on her that something is wrong. It's beginning to dawn on the black girl that she's not giving me a medal. You see, to begin with, it's like, did she forget me? Is something This is the moment, because she's going further and further away from her, and more of these girls are getting given medals. I think the black girl it's now dawning on her that the reason why I'm not getting one is because of me. There is something different about me compared to everybody else as to why I'm not getting it. I don't know whether she really fully understands that it's her race or that it's a color. I don't know whether she knows that yet, but she's beginning to understand, because you can just see it from her body language, which is changing. It's like, oh, resignation. You see, she takes that breath. And now, this is actually a very sad moment. And that's why I want to pause it here. What is happening here is a sign of the wickedness of this older lady. And the innocence of this younger white girl. You see, the older white woman is what this younger white girl is looking at. Like, that's your future. You're going to be a grown-up one day, and you're going to be an older person. What this white woman is actually showing her is, this is the kind of thing that is possible. This is how you can treat black people, that you can treat this young. That's what you can do. However, because this girl is not corrupted, at least she's not corrupted yet, she cares about her friend. So what she's doing now, when you can see the black girl leaning in and whispering to her, listening to what the white girl is talking to her about, clearly it's like, look, these are just babies. They're just kids. She's just trying to console her, like maybe just saying, hey, don't worry, I don't know what's happening. But whatever she's saying, she's taking on the role of the adult. You see, this evil witch here, that is what she is. And she's going along doing what she's doing, while this little child, this young little white girl, is trying to repair the damage that is being done by this older white woman. That is actually what's happening here, which is why I wanted to pause the video at this point. This young little white girl is trying to undo the damage that this older white woman is doing. That is exactly what is going on right now. Okay? But let's keep going. Now, you see that? Guys, did you see that? Did you see that? This is actually another very important moment of the video. Guys, I like that we're analyzing this piece by piece. This is a very important moment of the video. What the woman did, let me rewind that. Now, she's about to run out of medals. She has gone down the line and there's two more girls left who do not have medals. Their skin is white. That's the difference between her and the girl in the beginning. Now, for everybody who might be trying to say it's an oversight, she didn't know, there was something wrong, there weren't enough, she has now run out of medals at the end. What she does is that she puts a hand on one of the young girls at the end to say, oh, hold on, don't worry, I will be back. I will go and get more. And she rushes off to go and get more medals to make sure that those girls at the end get their medals. Pay close attention. Pay close attention. Watch this. Did you see that? Hand on her. She puts her hand. You see that? Hand on her, the long girl. Tells her that, listen, I'm going to be back. And she runs off. That is a wicked person. I want you to understand what we're watching here. This is a wicked human being. She's doing damage to a child, actively doing damage to a baby. And she's not only doing damage to that baby, the young black girl, she's doing damage to all of these babies. None of these young children should see that happen. They shouldn't see such a thing happen to their friend or to their colleague. So this is not just damage to that girl. This is damage to all of them. Now you have to remember that what this woman is doing is not behind closed doors. What this woman is doing is not in the privacy of her own home. This woman is doing this on a stage representing a governing body of gymnastics of Ireland, and doing this in front of a crowd and in front of cameras and a cameraman behind her. When you are this bold to do something like this under full view, can you imagine what this woman is doing behind closed doors? Can you imagine what her views are behind closed doors? This is a person who, in this moment in time, has authority to make decisions. And this is what she's doing to children. Not to adults, to children. Let's keep watching. And she's back. Now, she's gone to get more medals. Now, typically, guys, what would you say would happen here when she gets more medals? She would obviously go and give medals to everybody that doesn't have a medal. She would go and give medals to everyone that doesn't have a medal. Let's see how many of the kids who don't have medals that she actually gives a medal to. There you go. She gives it to
Rushed off and got some more medals. So we think, okay, fine, she's going to correct her error. She presented the last two medals to the girls on the end, who were both white. And what they didn't show in this video, in fact, a lot of people have been talking about it, was that she had a medal in her hand and she walked towards the young lady who was black, but never presented her the medal. Yes, racism rears its ugly head. Heartbreaking. These are children. They don't know any better. All the young ladies were worried about why their friend didn't get their medal. As this happened in 2022, many people were speaking of it, and of course, the family of the young lady was devastated. Somebody shared the video and tagged Simone Biles, a gymnast in America. And Simone reached out to the young lady and their family and gave a video of encouragement, which was so nice of her to do. But let's break it down. This is now 2023, and we are in October. What has happened for the last 18 months or so? The family obviously was very disheartened. They wrote letters to Gymnastics Ireland, Human Rights Tribunal in Ireland, and other sports agencies talking about racism. Not only was her daughter impacted, the family impacted, but the other girls were impacted. This lady presenting the medals was out and out racist. She shared her concern of the racism not only amongst the lady, but also in the organization itself. And there was silence, and I mean silence. Nobody said anything, nobody did anything from Gymnastics Ireland until this video resurfaced. And Simone Biles added her tweet to the video.
Simone Biles reach out to this girl if she's able. Biles said, when this video was circulating, her parents reached out. It broke my heart to see, so I sent her a little video. There's no room for racism in any sport or at all.
Saying that racism has no place in sport or anywhere. The impact that Simone Biles had on that was it went viral. But then, of course, other people did chime in. And now it's been out there. And we've learned a lot more about it. But it still makes me sick. I'll be honest. Let's break it down. The lady presenting the medals was racist. She out and out decided not to give the young lady a medal because she was black. There's no question about it. So now, after being shamed on social media, Gymnastics comes forward and talks about how they were trying to keep it mediated between the lady presenting the medals and the family, keeping it quiet. And the organization said nothing until this went viral. At that point, it started to come out that they have hired a third party to reevaluate their policies and procedures, and that the member that presented the awards is no longer a member of the organization, as if they could brush it under the carpet, as if it didn't matter. But the organization hired this lady, brought her in, whether she's volunteer or paid. She had to be interviewed, she had to be screened. How did this not find out that she had these beliefs when she's working with children? Also, the lady's name has not been released. This is important because people in Ireland and across the globe need to know, if they're going to be hiring this woman, that she has racist tendencies. It also was brought to the attention that the family did finally receive a written apology from the lady who did not present the medal, and the young lady received her medal after. But too little, too late. As well, they're saying that the organization will not tolerate racism at all. But really, this is a reactive measure, not a proactive. Organizations across the globe need to ensure they have an anti-racism statement and policy in place, and that every member of their organization understands and signs something to that effect. This woman has not only psychologically destroyed this young lady, including also impacted the family.
It is painful to actually state and know the obvious. My daughter was the only black child in that competition. She stood out well. There was no excuse for what happened. She felt very upset about what happened. It's more like they almost blamed her for being black.
I was very uncomfortable. I actually yelled from far.
When I got back home, we saw the video and all of that. It was like, did it really happen? I couldn't really believe that did happen.
But for a period with time, don't forget about it. Painful to see that you have to beg for an apology later.
They only sent us an apology because the world wanted them to, because we cried for so long. We kind of told her, regardless of your skin color, people shouldn't treat you differently. As soon as we heard, the whole house was screaming with joy, with happiness, with sense of relief that such an iconic figure would actually be so empathetic and reach out to us.
The people, the kids in that lineup, not knowing any better, because children are free and innocent in most cases, they just saw their friend being left out. They didn't understand the underlying reason. So all these young ladies' lives have been touched in some way, but especially the young gymnast. The way that people were trying to justify, oh, it was an innocent mistake. No, that was not innocent. Walking by once or twice. One cameraman was capturing it all and noticed that this was wrong. He showed his humanity, went up to the young lady and took her picture, made her stand proud and smile, but didn't have the power to really step forward and say anything. But I appreciated his humanity. But what puzzles me is that room was filled with people. Why did nobody stand up and say, what about the young lady up there? Why doesn't she have it? Not necessarily calling people out for being a racist, but speak up. Don't stay silent. And I think this is what people automatically assume. They assume it should be the parents that do it. And of course, the parents are going to be the biggest advocates. And this young lady's parents have done just that. They've taken it to different levels. But what is important is that everybody speaks up for what is wrong, especially racism. As a white person, if I see something like this, I would speak up, whether I had the power or not, because wrong is wrong. It is time for us all to take a stand. And I'm reminded of Julius Malema and how passionate he is about speaking about racism out and out, calling it a spade a spade. This is how it is. And also he shared at the Cape Commerce that just because you say some whites are racist doesn't mean all whites are, and not to personalize it. We know how we feel individually, and we have to take account for that individual action. But we also have to share what's important as a global community to stand up for what's wrong. Racism is alive and well across the globe, and it needs to stop. And it stops with one person, ourselves, and then carries on to the next people as we educate. This viral video will be out there for a long time, but what we need to learn from it, not only the fact that what was done to this young lady was inexcusable, and that the organization handled it very poorly and only gave an apology when they were shamed into it, but other sports agencies, other schools, organizations, and companies across the globe need to take action now. Be proactive. Make sure you have an anti-racism policy and procedure that every member of your organization has. And this woman needs to account to it, not a written apology. She needs to do something more. She needs to be trained about racism. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but when it impacts others, that's where we have to draw the line, especially children. This is a heartbreaking video, and I want us to listen to what some other people have been sharing about it and the letter of apology and statement from the organization.
Again, 18 months later, they go, on behalf of the board and staff of Gymnastics Ireland, we would like to unreservedly apologize to the gymnast and her family for the upset that has been caused by the incident at the Gym Start event in March 2022. What happened on the day should not have happened, and for that we are deeply sorry. We're also sorry that what has happened since that date has caused further upset. Please know that at all times we have been acting in good faith with the best of intentions and trying to resolve this very difficult and sensitive matter. We offered an in-person apology after the incident, as we believe this was the best approach. Subsequently, we felt mediation was the best way forward. We know now we need to do more. We are committed to ensuring nothing like this will happen again. We appointed an independent expert to review our policies and procedures earlier this year, and a series of recommendations have resulted, which we are fully committed to implementing so that this does not ever happen again. We would also like to engage with the gymnast family and Sport Against Racism Ireland to listen to any suggestions they have as to how our procedures can be improved in this regard. We're happy to see that the gymnast continues to participate in Gymnastics Ireland events, and we look forward to welcoming her back to our future events also. Finally, we would like to make it absolutely clear that Gymnastics Ireland condemns any form of racism whatsoever.
Because it's important for us to take a listen to the full picture. Every time I watch that video, I get so upset, I get so frustrated. That young lady is so proud and so strong, and I know that she's going to go on to do great things, but it's at what cost? It's really quite sad. I hope that this organization will stay strong to what they've now committed to and never let this happen in their organization again. And I I'm so very happy to see the parents supporting their child and fighting for her. But we have to know as adults, it's not just up to the parents, it's not just up to the Black community to fight racism. Every single one of us plays a strong role in this, and we need to take action. We need to be allies. We need to stay strong, and we need to speak up when we see something wrong. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas and comments on the situation. Drop them in the comments below, and let's have a conversation. And please, I encourage you to share this video because we need to create awareness about the wrongdoings that happened to this little girl. Until next time, don't forget to hit that notification button and hit like and share, and we'll see you next time. Bye.